Undertaker, Cody, Cena, LA Knight, and others on the show. But the results were in, and it was NXT did 921,000 viewers to AEW Dynamite 609,000 viewers. An overall victory of, yeah, I'm alright at maths, 312,000. Now, it was a guarantee, wasn't it? It was a guarantee. They also won in the demographic, which was a lot closer, 18 to 49. NXT did a 0.3, Dynamite did a 0.26, which is pretty good, really, for Dynamite. So, I don't know what that tells you. A lot of old people wanting to watch NXT. A lot of the old people wanting to watch the classic moment where Undertaker chokeslam Braun Breaker. Yeah, what a classic moment that was. It was alright, wasn't it? But do you know what I mean? It was just the show itself. I mean, NXT had Cody as like the GM. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I watched it the next day because obviously it's on at 1 a.m. in the UK. So I sat there and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to watch NXT first because I'm more interested in Dynamite. And I watched the opening segment with Cody being the GM and Dragunov coming out. I thought, what the fuck am I doing here? I've got Kingston against Suzuki. Do you know what I mean? I've got Danielson against Swerve. I can just go and watch that. Fuck this. I'm going to go and watch that. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I've had people, this tribalism stuff is just fucking weird. Like, so I posted that Dynamite was a really good show. Dynamite, let's not, no beating around the bush here, yeah? Unless you're an idiot, yeah? People like, oh, I like this flavour ice cream. Shut up, yeah? Dynamite was the better show. It had the better wrestling matches and the better storyline progression, okay? NXT had the bigger stars on. Do you know what I mean? Undertaker, Cena and Cody are bigger stars than anything that was on AEW, which is why it won. Yeah? That's why it won, okay? But as you got overall, Dynamite was clearly the better show. And it's just, I don't know, I just think it's just a little bit weird. I posted this and I've got WWE fans who are like saying, oh, go cry some more, blah, 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 blah. Going on about Dynamite losing and I'm just a typical AEW fan. And I'm like, typical AEW fan? Mate, I'm about to go to my 5th WrestleMania next year. I've been watching WWE since, 1999, 2000, yeah? I was sat staying up until 4 a.m, watching John Cena versus Randy Orton, ending a DQ in the main event of a pay-per-view. So to say that I'm an AEW fan and not a WWE fan, yeah? You're just fucking wrong. And it's just weird that I'll post something criticising AEW, which is what takes up most of our Twitter timeline, yeah? And I've got AEW fans saying, oh, you're just a WWE lifer, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, what I am, yeah? I'm a huge wrestling fan, yeah? That if AEW shit, I will tell you AEW shit. If WWE shit, I will tell you WWE shit. It's just bizarre. It's like, fair enough, if you go into, football, yeah, you'll have Man United fans versus Liverpool fans. I get that. Do you know what I mean? You support one team, you hate the other team, yeah? This is wrestling. I'm a fan of wrestling, yeah. I just want 2 great shows every week, which we don't really get. I mean, yeah, so NXT are victorious, right? Woohoo, right? I wonder what Undertaker, Cody, Cena, LA, I wonder what they're all doing on NXT next week. The answer is nothing. This will mean nothing. It's one standalone win to stroke the egos of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Well done. Well done. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what else you want to hear about that. It's pretty pointless, to be honest. But let's be honest, it was fucking great, wasn't it? NXT going head-to-head with Dynamite. I mean, there's rumours going around that Monday Night Raw could be moving nights. Can you imagine if Raw moves to Wednesday night and goes head-to-head with Dynamite? That'd be great. That is what I want to see. Although Raw would kill them, yeah? Right? It'd just be great, wouldn't it? All Tony Khan tweeting, crying about, what do they call HBK and Triple H? Bold arseholes. The owner of a company is coming out and calling the guy who's basically booking the other show an arsehole. It's fucking brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's WWE fans who hate AEW and want it to die. Why? Do you want to go back to the days of WWE 2007 where you've got Cena and Orton main event in a pay-per-view, ending via DQ just to prolong the story? Do you want that? No. No, you don't. You want great storylines, great pay-per-views. You don't want WWE not trying. You don't want AEW not trying. I mean, it was all well and good Dynamite and Tony Khan trying to put on this great show tonight. Let's throw everything. Danielson versus Swerve, Hangman Page versus Jay White, Edge wrestling in the main event, yeah? Why do you not do this every week? Tony Khan has just been resting on his laurels, basically. He's been sat there thinking, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, my pay-per-views are great. They're the best pay-per-views ever. But his weekly TV and his storylines and his booking this year, it's been pretty mediocre, to be honest with you. They've been going through the motions like, oh, let's throw out a tournament, a battle royal, someone will steal a title belt. Do you know what I mean? Will they turn on the other? Won't they turn on the other? And it feels like he's forgotten like the whole point of AEW in the first place, which was, do you know what I mean? To be an alternative, yeah? Instead, it's just WWE 2.0 with a bit of great wrestling on the pay-per-views. And I feel like, hopefully, getting absolutely battered by NXT, yeah? The third brand, being battered by NXT, might have a little fire under his ass. It certainly seems like it has on Twitter, so hopefully it does in his booking. Let's not go back to Dynamite next week, do you know what I mean? And have, a tag team match in the main event. Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, will they, won't they turn each other bollocks? I know they've already turned in each other. Every week, Tony Khan, yeah, needs to realise, WWE, hopefully, he definitely has realised it now, WWE is leaps and bounds the number one in the industry, yeah, right? And why would you get into something if you didn't want to compete to them? If you don't want to beat them, why bother? Why take just being the Pepsi to the Coca-Cola? Why take being that? Every week, Tony Khan should be trying to make Dynamite a great show. People say, oh, you can't have great matches every week. You can't have great storylines every week. Why not? Why can't you? You've got the best roster on paper, probably in wrestling history. We could be having great matches every week on Dynamite. Solid booking. We could be having that. We was having it for a spell back there. Probably the best booked AEW shows were the pandemic shows. Do you know what I mean? And that spell when Punk and Brain came, that was the peak of AEW. Why not do this every week? Why not stack up Dynamite every week? I mean, you don't have to I'm not saying let's just have Omega Danielson main event with no storyline or build. But you could have shows like this every week with big one-on-one matches on that would draw an interest. I mean, if there's anything Tony Khan can rest his, whatever the saying is, yeah, NXT with Undertaker, Cody, Cena, LA Knight on didn't hit the million. If this show, took place, if the NXT show was booked exactly like this, had the exact same wrestlers on a regular Tuesday, right, when there was no competition from AEW, I'm pretty sure this show would have hit 1.2 million. At least, okay? Probably would have done 0.4 in the 18 to 49 demographic, right? But that many people wanted to watch Dynamite on the Tuesday. Yeah, they wanted to see this card that Tony Khan had put together. Simple. That is what they wanted to do. And I wouldn't even be that downbeat about the 609,000. You've moved nights, okay? Yeah? You're pretty much held in the demo. You're not much different to what you usually are in the demo. Yeah, you've lost a couple of 100,000 views, but you've got 609,000 people watching your show over Undertaker, Cena, Cody, established stars on the other channel, yeah? Because, I'm going to be honest with you, if he hadn't have stacked this card and he would have given us a regular Dynamite, I'm pretty sure this would have done Collision level numbers. The 300,000 diehards that will watch the B show, which is what Collision has turned out to be. I'm pretty sure that's what you would have done if you'd have just let this show die a death like he does most weeks on Collision. But no, he stacked up the card, yeah, and he competed. 609,000 people wanted to watch this show, yeah. Why not do this every week? You put this sort of show on week in, week out on a Wednesday night, and trust me, you will be hitting the million. You will be hitting the million in a couple of months. It does take a couple of months, maybe 6 months for people to build this up. It's not overnight. And after the shit booking that you did all summer, pretty much, yeah, it's going to take time to rebuild this. But just fuck everything off. Do you know what I mean? Get rid of all this bollocks with Adam Cole and MJF, the Tony Storm stuff, yeah? Just get rid of it. Let's go back to being the alternative, yeah? Where you build stories through wrestling, through results of matches, yeah? We don't need, such a buddy shagged such a buddy's wife. Let's build a story out of it. We don't need that melodrama, yeah? Let's just go back to basics. Let's reset. I know AEW feels like they've had a million resets, but that is what they need to do. And I felt like with this show, they did. They went back to basics. They tried to give us a very good wrestling show, which is what they did. All right? So yeah, now I've got that off my chest. Why not do it every single week?